Want to master the real hands-on basics of Azure for the AZ-900 exam or your cloud career? In this video, we'll build and demo 4 must-know Azure services: virtual machine, storage, web app, and functions. Step by step in the portal, so you'll know exactly what to do in your own account or on the test. Here is what will you learn today. By the end, you'll be able to deploy and connect to an Azure Virtual Machine, create Blob storage for secure file hosting, deploy a live web app with just a few clicks, run serverless code with Azure Functions, all inside the portal. Let's start demo.
Start with Azure Virtual Machine demo. Go to Azure portal and click Create a Resource. You will see various options in here. You have to go to Compute, or you can search for Virtual Machine. And you will notice so many other resources inside the marketplace. Just click Virtual Machine and create Virtual Machine. You will see so many other options. Subscription is where you will be deploying your resources. You have to create a resource group for yourself. So let's name it TechCirrus and name this VM TechCirrus VM. We will be deploying this into Southeast Asia region. I do not want to select availability zone, so I will keep it no infrastructure redundancy required, but it is recommended to have availability zone or set for your critical resources or the production resources. Leave the security tab as it is, then select the image. I'll go with Windows Server 2025. Select the size, leave everything as it is. Add the username and the password. And then select the inbound port by which you will be RDP into the machine. So I have selected 3389. Go to disk. Select the OS image, 127 GB. I will select standard HDD. It totally depends on your requirement, what kind of disk you wanted to deploy. If you want to have a standard SSD, solid state disk, you can go with this standard SSD or the premium one. Since this is just for testing purpose, I'm proceeding with standard HDD, which is cheaper. I do not want to select any data disk. Let's go with the networking. In the networking, you can either create your own VNet or the subnet, but for this course, we will just go with the default one, no changes whatsoever. I will also create a public IP so that we can RDP into the VM. Rest all, I will leave as it is. These are all not mandatory fields. We will explore all these options in the upcoming videos. So leave as it is, just click next, 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 review plus create. So validation has passed. Now I can hit create button. Creation of VM will probably take a minute or so. I will just pause my video and we will restart once it is done. VM deployment is complete now, as we can see on the screen. Now you have an option to directly go to the resource. Let's click here. Here you will see a public IP address. Just copy that and RDP into it from your local machine. I have saved the connection of the IP on my machine. Now I will just add the credential. And click continue. And we are now inside the machine. So you can notice the computer name. You can also try to run some commands. So it is 10004. If we go back to our machine now, we will see the same IP. Let's see the IP on the Azure portal now. It is 10004. So all good. Hope you guys like it. Let me know if you have any question on creation of VM or accessing the VM through the Azure portal.
On Azure Storage Account,
you will see many options. We have to create Azure storage account. So just select this storage account and hit create. Similar to our last video, you need to again select a resource group. And I will create a new resource group for this one. The other resource group, I have deleted the resource already. Let's keep the name of storage account as TechCirrus Store, and then region is Southeast Asia. And we will create an Azure Blob storage inside the container where you can keep basically the backup files and so on. I will keep it as a standard performance, and let's select the redundancy as the LRS. If you haven't seen my other video of the LRS, GRS, and ZRS differences, I have uploaded a link here. Please go through it and let me know if you have any questions related to that. You can leave everything in here. We are just going to hit review plus create. Validation passed, and it will just be created in next few seconds. Deployment is complete. Now we can go to the resource. So now we can see we have a storage account here. Inside this storage account, you can upload many other files, but we wanted to upload a test file. And in order to keep the test file into a storage account, you need to have a container. So let's create a container first. I name this as TechCirrus container and then hit create. So in this container, you're going to keep your files, backups, and so on. Now here you have an option to upload the files. Let's click on upload, and I can browse the files from here. While browsing, I have a file called test file on my machine. Let's upload this here. So it's been uploaded. You can see 404 bytes. You can see the content, how big the file is, and everything related to it. You can create another version of this. And you can also see the content of the file, which is test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how you can upload. In order to access this file through a different resources such as VM or the other way around from your local machines, there is a concept called SAS, Shared Access Signature, where you can define how can you access the file if you have the authority or not. So all those items we will cover in upcoming videos, but I'm just letting you know there are SAS related item is also in Azure Storage Account. That's all for this video. We will cover the next demo. Is about web app, where we will publish a site in no time. In order to do that, let's go to the Azure portal and search app service. You will see the option to create a web app. Select subscription, resource group, give a web app name. Select code, runtime stack, based on your need. I will change the region to Southeast Asia. With that, it will auto-populate the Windows plan, and then I will leave the pricing plan as standard as one. Rest all, you can leave it as it is. There are so many other options to fill, but we don't need all of them for this testing. Hit review plus create. It will do the validation, and then we will create. So validation is complete. Let's create this. Once the deployment is done, we will capture the URL of web app and then open another tab and try to open that link. With that link, we shall be able to see the site that we have deployed now. It shouldn't take much time. Let's just give it a few more seconds. So deployment is almost done. You can also see the progress from here. Yes, so it is done. It is taking longer than I anticipated. Okay, we are done finally. So let's go to resource, copy the default domain name as you can see here, and paste it into another tab. So now you can see that your web app is running and waiting for your content. So we have successfully deployed a site in less than 2-3 minutes. How do you guys feel? Please put that into comment. That's it for Azure Web App. Now let's jump on to another demo. Next demo is about Azure Functions, which provides serverless, event-driven compute that simplifies development, reduces cost, and enables scalable automation without infrastructure management. The key reasons to use Azure Functions because it provides serverless architecture and it is very cost efficient for the developers. Azure Functions basically remove the need to provision or manage the servers, letting the developers focus purely on the business logic of their applications. So let's go back to the Azure portal and see how Azure Functions can be deployed. So search for functions and hit create. You can select a consumption based and proceed next. Select the resource group. Put the function name as something which we can deploy. Go with Windows, select a runtime stack. I will select the region as Southeast Asia. Leave everything as default. We don't need any of them. And then hit review plus create. Functions basically gives you the capability to scale, to handle the scale automatically based on the demand, making it ideal for the applications with unpredictable workload. Let's just give it a few more seconds and we will be done with Azure Functions. So always remember, if there is a serverless architecture or serverless deployment option is in your mind, always look for Azure Functions. And just pause this video and we'll come back once it is complete. It's complete. Let's go to resource. And browse the function app. You can see everything has been deployed successfully. Well, if you browse it, you will be able to see your function app, which is up and running. You can also trigger the function based on your requirement. In order to do that, you can either do it from the Azure portal or do it from the desktop. It's totally up to you. Or you can also select something on the app service editor. So we will not go into the detail. This is just the overview of the Azure function, and we will see these into the future videos. Thanks again for watching.
If this video helped you, hit like, share with friends, and subscribe to TechCirrus-SG for more cloud basics and exam tips. See you in the next video.